Hi, also welcome to the today's tutorial. So in previous tutorial we had this zombie. I have turned on some lighting so you can see it visible, and I just added this cylinder so we can provide some hindrance. So right now when we will play the game, it's just boring, right? We just have one zombie to kill. So we will add one spawner system, and we will use the query system which Andial provides. So query system is really powerful when it comes to query the data. Like uh, let's imagine if we do want to spawn the zombie, we won't spawn the zombie just as it is, right? Like let's imagine if you are spawning it in front of you, so the it should depict like it is very natural, like the zombie was there. So for that, we need a location where it was not, so the zombie is not directly visible to us, and the path should exist, right? So we will use that environmental query. So go to the artificial intelligence, check this environmental query. I'm not sure we should place this, so I'm just placing it here. Eq underscore spawn location query. So if I will drag it here. So right now we can say like this is a query. So as you can see, it is saying like EQS testing pawn. When we will play the game, we can specify, okay, from here you need to run this query. You will get it in a second. So when you will open it, it will look something like this. It is kind of like behavior tree, but it's a lot different. So let's imagine I do want to spawn our zombie within some radius, right? So what I will do, I will generate the grid. The grid is quite small, so I will just increase it. So I will make it uh, 8,000, and okay, I think it's quite high, so I will maybe we'll make it 2000 and make it 200. Okay, you can just play with this setting. So out of these, so what it is saying, like in this query I'm saying like these are the grid which you have specified, so I can choose any of them. But I do want like which are those points which is at certain distance, because I don't want to spawn my zombie within close range. So you can just click right at test, and I do want to have the distance test. In the distance I can specify what's the min value and the maximum value. The mix min I do want 2000, and 8000 is maximum. So I do want like, okay, this is the certain distance which I do want. Or for the max value, we can just press 999, just quite high. So like I just do want like I just want 2000 to be the minimum distance, right? So we will have certain gap. So if the zombie is coming towards me, so I should have proper proper time. So this is, so you can see like this has turned blue and the distance is 0. That it is saying like these points have failed. So and these points which are remaining and which is green, it is saying like we are passed. So we can choose any of them when we will use this environmental query. Next thing I do want, I don't want to spawn any of our zombie in front of me. So I will just add one more test, and we will check for the pathfinding. So this is first pathfinding. It's like self-explanatory. Like the path should exist. Let's imagine if I'm choosing this bulb, so path should exist. Let's imagine if this path is like somewhere up. Let's imagine if I will place something like this. Select my query. Okay. Hmm. So let's imagine like if I'm spawning this grid somewhere, and some location is there which is not possible to reach, so it will just turn false for that. So I can just make it be it like this. So again, next query which I will do, I don't want to select any point which is visible from my side, right? So what I will do, again right click, add test, and We can check for trace, or we can also go for the dot product. Like if the dot product, like if I'm seeing the front, so we can do the dot product. So okay, so we will go for the visibility, check the trace complex, and you see like only these are the points which are not visible from me. So the query, all other grid, like all other points are blue now. So this is perfect. uh, okay, this is nice. Next is not that important. We can also just add this project. So what it will do, it will project the points on the navigation or the geometry. So what it will do, let's imagine if the point does have some height, it will just adjust it. So we are done with the environmental query. So just close it and we will delete it from here. Is reference to the other project? Yes, and it is gone. So we have this and we will use it in the code. Next thing, what we will do, we will create one actor and we will call it as a spawn manager in the C++. Okay, so this is our rider. Inside actor, I will create Unreal class. It will be an actor and we will name it as M zombie spawner manager. So it will be responsible to spawn zombies for us. Just press OK. Perfect. So what we will do, we will create one function called spawn zombie. Void spawn zombie. Alt enter, then the definition. So here we will use the environment query request. So f environment query request. As soon as I'm pressing tab, it will add this header file. Make sure you are doing the same. So spawning query request is equals to f environment query request. Okay, so first we do want to have the u environment query variable. So this is the same object which we created in the blueprint. So go to the header file. What was, okay, this was, so go to the header file in public, let me specify you property edit anywhere. I don't think we need blueprint read write, so I won't take it. So environment query, alt enter, and we will use the forward declaration. So it will add like this. Okay, so environment query comma. Now we need to place our request owner. So it is the querier. So you remember, like when I drag drop that environmental query in the scene, it just at the right hand side it was the pawn. So at that time it was the querier. But for our case in the game side, we want our player to be the querier. So what we will do, we will get the player character. So you gameplay statics get player character get world comma 0. Perfect. Okay, it is saying like it is sometimes it does give that error, but it is like we know like the character is the child class of the object. So okay, next is, now this is our query, so we will need to execute this, right? So what we will do, we will just execute this, and here we need to specify like what run mode we do want. So environment query run mode. So we have like all the matching result, single result. I do want single result. You can also choose like random best 5, 25% best. So I will go for maybe 5%, comma, uh, this like where you want to this result and the function where you want to have this data. So I have to bind one function. So am zombie spawner manager on spawn zombie query result. Alt enter, and let's make this variable, this function, sorry, and so we have this function on spawn zombie query result. That's why I do like write like just alt enter, it will make your life pretty much easier. So we will check first if we like query the environment successfully or not. So environment query result dot is successful or not. If it is, then good, else we will just you know uh, dm utils dm query failed to get any valid point, and here if it is successful, so what we will do, we will I will just get one location and we will spawn AI. So to spawn the AI, so UAI blueprint helper library spawn AI from class. So when we are spawning AI from class, we need to specify the class, like which zombie which we do want to spawn. Next thing is the behavior tree. So these two things we need to have it. So go to the header file, we'll specify two more variable. So first variable will be with the subclass of subclass of am AI base. I will just include it. I don't want to forward declare it, and it's the zombie AI class. So make sure that it's not an object. We are just specifying like this class type we do want. Next is the behavior tree. So you behavior tree and name will be bt underscore zombie. We know like we need zombie behavior tree. So first we will check. So mutils is valid. The object is bt zombie, comma bt zombie is invalid, and mutils is valid. And what was the next thing again? Okay, so zombie AI class, zombie AI class, comma zombie AI class is invalid, and we will put it inside if these two are there, then we will spawn our AI, else okay, we don't need else because if this thing fail, it will just print that, right? So in AI we need to specify the world context, so quite easy. Next thing is get world, comma, next thing we need to specify the pawn class which we do want. So in our case it's like zombie AI class, comma, next is the behavior tree, so bt underscore zombie. Okay, next we need location also. So for location we have environment query result. So environment query result and get all location, and from this location, okay, oh, it's out vector. So give me a second. What we will do first, we will get the result to t array of f vector spawn location, spawn location, and from this location I will choose the best one. So best one is the 0. So as soon as you will, go in the front like 0, 1, 2, 3, what it will do, it will decrease like this, the best one, the next best one. It's like that. So I think this should do the task. Let's hop back to Unreal. Okay, but to make this zombie, one thing which we can do, like make it blueprint callable. So you function blueprint callable, so we can call it just for testing. Okay, alt enter, edit. Do we need anything else? No. Okay, so we are back in Unreal. It's content, zombie, save, actor. Here, blueprint class, we need spawn manager. Okay, we haven't compiled, so just compile. Okay, so live coding is done. Right click blueprint class and search for zombie spawn manager. Okay, select bp underscore zombie spawn manager. Save. So here we can choose our environmental query. Next thing is the behavior tree, and here we need to specify the zombie class. Drag drop it, and in begin play only we can just spawn our AI, spawn zombie. Compile and save, and we can just add, this is just for testing, so we can just put some delay, compile, save, and let's simulate or just play the game. Zombie behavior tree, it's invalid. Okay, I think it's spawned, right? We just had one. Okay, but why it says okay, but it is working, right? So what we can do, just for more testing, we will just put delay maybe 4, and we will just call the same function again. So when we will play again, let me have my gun. Okay, okay, so one thing I can see, no, it is not. So it is spawning all the AIs which is not visible to me. So I think next zombie should be, see, this is working perfectly. But I'm not sure why I'm getting this BT zombie is not valid. So this thing we can check later, but this was the today's tutorial. I hope you have the clear answer, like why we usually use environmental query, and that uh, and how we can use that in the C++ class. So this was it. Hope to continue this next tutorial, because we have to create the zombie spawner wave system, which is kind of incomplete. So thank you and have a nice day.